Okay, ARP, we got to talk about it, brother. It's your turn. I just got to put it out there, man. You ain't no different than anybody else, man. Let's get off into this real talk, man. So, you parade yourself for being a man of standards and high regards and reputation. And the battle rap community held you in that also. As of lately, though, fam, you've been slipping real heavy. And now your character is highly in question, brother. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you in desperation mode where you trying to just hit that one big lick, man, to get you over that hurdle and hump. Crazy thing about it is I gave it to you step by step, play by play. If you would have listened to what I said, fam, I guarantee you would be in a better place and position. But it is what it is. You still gonna get there. It just may be a slower process. Hang in there. Stick with it. But let's address your priorities. Now, with that being said, you parade yourself for being a man of character, high regards, and standards. And to some degree, I can see that. But as of lately, man, no. You've been going against your standards. You've been going against your standards and what you've been respected for in the battle rap community. And I'm going to throw out a lot of things out there, brother, that you don't have to address because it's already been addressed and the facts out here. But I just want to talk about it, fam. Now, you manipulated the situation when it came to Murder Mook. During the battle thing that took place between Verb and Pasté, when you presented and announced that Murder Mook announcement, you really announced that thing as though Murder Mook would be battling that weekend. Even on the website, it was set up, advertised as that. Only for you then to say, no, it wasn't like that. Once we started blogging about it, me and Rome, and speaking on it. Only for you to say, no, it ain't really about that. What we gonna do is announce who Mook battling on that day. You tried to cover it up, but that ain't how you put it out there at first. You clearly let it be known in so many ways Mook would be battling that day. You even called it the Murder Mook event. And you said that it was only 24 hours remaining. It wasn't that you were releasing some tickets first. No, that don't even make no sense. See, that's more deception. If you got an event set up and you trying to sell out a venue, you ain't releasing some tickets. You're releasing all the tickets. Because the price you putting on it is what you getting back. And the reason why you got the price on there, because that money is already counted for. It's already counted for. So why would you hold some of it? When now you still ain't sold out yet. So, come on, man. That was a bunch of trash. You tried to cover that up. Then you said you were going to announce who Murder Mook was going to battle that day once it came out that he really wasn't battling on that day when you were just trying to get people to buy them tickets and pay per view. Good money scheme, because that's all it was. Good money scheme. But you got offended when you got called out on it. But why would you get offended when you get called out on something that you know is absolutely a lie and that you were deceiving people on when you're supposed to be a man of standard and high regard, that this is not the way you do. You a fair, split down the middle type guy, honest. I don't believe any man is honest. I'm keeping it real. The only honest man we know is Jesus Christ. Now, we got people who in relationship with Christ who work on trying to be honest and holy, righteous, and perfect. Some people are. I just don't really know none. And I can't count for everybody in the world. It's 7 billion people in the world. I'm pretty sure it's somebody in this world that walks faithfully, wholehearted with Jesus Christ all over the world. I just may not have ran into him, but it's my desire to actually be one of those ones counted in that number. And this is what I try to work myself into being involved in every day I live. God, please help me arrive to that point. Now, I know better because I know the word of God. The word of God said, he who puts his trust in another, cursed is he who put his trust in another man. Cursed is he that put his trust in another man. All men are liars. That's what the word of God say. Nobody have yet to proven it wrong. So I believe it. With that being said, you got offended when you were called out on that situation. And when you were called out on that situation and you got offended about it, you switched it and said Mook opponent would be announced the day of the battle. And then you did something shiesty the day of the battle. The day of the battle, you called Mook onto the stage, but you wouldn't let Mook announce who he was going to be battling. Even though you said and made the promise that he would that night. And when he was going to say it, you cut him off and say, no, don't say it. Wait. But that was the purpose of why you told people to buy it afterwards when it was found out he wouldn't be on the stage. Part of the reason of buying the pay-per-view and ticket was to hear the announcement of who he was going to be battling that day. You didn't say it. You cut him off and wouldn't even address it. Your exact words was, I'm going to say that in a future blog. A couple weeks later, future blog. That's what you said. Pat Stay let the cat out of the bag. Pat Stay in a Verb battle closing the event let the cat out of the bag and let it be known that Verb would be battling no other than Murder Mook. When you said you was going to let it be announced that Mook was supposed to have been saying it and you cut him off from saying it. That wasn't honest. That wasn't fair. Some people bought the battle on the premises of believing that Mook was going to say who his opponent was. But he didn't. Pat Stay had to say it without your knowledge or you even knowing it. But that ain't even what I'm mad at. We just unmasking some of this stuff. Sometimes you gotta put the kryptonite in the room with Superman to show the weakness and vulnerability of him. Then the Gems and Goods battle. You had on your website the Gems and Goods battle pay-per-view was $50. Angry Fan released the footage on it during the interview when he just before he got into it about Wrong Grandmama. Him and Tony Bro was speaking about it, that the pay-per-view was $50 and was saying how that was too high. No way they paying for $50 to see Gems and Goods. When your previous event before that, which was what was the closing of that? I know it was somebody else bigger. Like, how was that only 40 or 35 and this Gems and Goods is 50? No, I'm not buying that. I did a blog on it after I heard the interview. Piggybacked off the story, like we do in media, share media. I piggyback off the story. I go to your website. I see the $50 things on there. So then I spoke about it. I saw it for myself. Then when I said something, it was a problem. More deception. He comes on and say, no, y'all need to check y'all resources before y'all throw things out there. Call and ask somebody. That's why y'all media ain't honest and can't be trusted, because y'all throw things out there without being connected with the right people who inside that know. Ain't your website and page is the inside? Don't you negotiate, overlook, and see what you are paying somebody else to do on your website? To put out the information that's given them by you? Ain't that what you do when you paying somebody to take care of your graphic designing and thing? So if your channel is not a reliable source for your business, who else we supposed to go to? If I can go to the Rare Breed Entertainment channel to purchase a battle from y'all, and that's not good enough, who is then? I know it's Rap Grid, but that's the same thing because they handle y'all affairs. They not doing nothing. Y'all not pulling the switch on okaying. So he goes on to say, after he find out, he called up, it was a mistake. Rap Grid made a mistake. Now they changing it. Even though people had already previously bought the battle. Which means, do Rap Grid return the other money that was spent? Do people get credit for that? No, they don't. It only was a problem when people started saying, for the consensus, started saying, no, that's too much for gems and goods, which battle came out to be fake and fraudulent. Now, that was bogus. That was more deception, and that was a lie. That was more deception, and that was a lie. And these are facts. Everything I said is a fact. I ain't lying about nothing. You can research it, go back and look. These are all truth. I'm not going to lie on a person's character, do none of that. But it's definitely character being in question. We're just unmasking some things. But then again, like I said, then you went as far as to get offended in what I said when it was actually the truth. But it came from a bigger platform than mine. Nothing was said about that. But when I said something, there was a problem. Maybe because my voice is more effective. Could that be it? Maybe so. But Caps and them said it first. I said it second. Now, with that being said, he blasted back in so many ways, subliminally. Took all the bloggers he could find, put them in the script. Y'all know how it go. I'm the only one he so-called left out to make a statement and point that I was irrelevant and didn't really mean nothing. I don't really care. That don't mean nothing. Even though before he did that, previously before that, his event he had before that, he used my voice to help promote one of his battles on the Return to Show Off. Right. But I'm irrelevant. It's okay though. Now, that being said, that was highly fraudulent and deceptive and very manipulative. Now, the Daylight situation. You on record saying and giving Daylight all this praise of being great, having great performances on your stage, showing up, not doing no trolling things, honoring him, uplifting him, one of the biggest viewed battles ever on your channel, and you praised him in high regards. Only then, the other day, to tear the man down. He's a troll, he's a liar, he lie on his own kids. He'll go out of his way for attention when he's supposed to be your guy. He's supposed to be cool with you. You gave him a shot of a lifetime, only to then pull the rug from up under his feet for no particular reason. Accusing him of something. You got 16 people on him card. 16. But they like to send in a trailer. Where's everybody else trailer? Where's Big T trailer, Ill Will trailer, Spanish Harlem trailer, Top 10 trailer, B-Dot trailer, Sway 7 trailer, Iron Solomon trailer, Big K trailer? Where's everybody else's trailer? When in fact, Daylight have been on record, on interviews, speaking about this battle. I think he did more promoting for this battle than probably anybody except for Mook and Bird, for the most part. But he don't do promoting. He stay on Instagram popping, and you know that. You lurking on this man Instagram. You lurking on this man Instagram, trying to find a reason and excuse to do what you do to this man. Why him? And why not everybody else? You asking him for the trailer, and you said you sent out a thing to everybody. Well, where's everybody else's trailer? In fact, where's King Los' trailer? Ain't he more important than Daylight? Where's King Los' trailer? See, that's what I'm meaning. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, your character highly is in question, brother. How could you be a person who parade himself of being a stand-up, genuine man and standard and character, and then you doing all these things in the same exact year? Come on, man. Come on now. What's the problem? What's going on? Did I lie about anything? Nope. Nope, I didn't. Everything I'm saying is laid out facts and truth. This man saying he was your friend. You have yet to address that situation because you don't want to say that it actually was true. Even though he showed all the screenshots, proving it. Text after text after text after a roll of text of you and this man conversating, LOL and it, laughing my butt off. You have yet to address if that man really your friend. But you can't really address that. Do you know why you can't address that? You can't address that that man was really your friend because that makes you look even worse. To know that you called this man who's supposed to be your friend, gave him a shot, and then removed him for no particular reason at all. And what you accuse him of, he more so reliable than the ones who you not accusing. Let's just keep it real. And it makes you look bad as a friend. Because for the most part, the word friend means just like it sounds. A person who's there for you through thick and thin. A person who have your best interests. A person who stick to his word. A person who can be trusted at his word. That's what a friend is. Are you guilty of that too? Why would this man go on record and publicly say that? So, I just think it just shows you human. That's what I think this show. That you human, like everybody else. And that it's a price to everything. And anybody is expendable. It don't matter who you are. Anybody is expendable. That's all this proves. You ain't no guilty than anybody else who been wrong at this. My thing is, you can't hold that title of being a man of standard and honor and principles when you breaking them all. It's not subject to what you like. If you a man of honor, standards, and principles, you that period regardless to anything. It's not to be double standard based upon how you feel at that moment and what moves you have to make. Because at the end of the day, it's about principles. And for you being a person who always trying to stand up for some righteousness or something that's out of line to put it back in line because you the person of seniority, now it's time for you to address your priorities. ARP been unmasked. You been unmasked, fam. Unmasked to the point that all this show is that people have to be careful with dealing with you also. And that you can't even be trusted 100%. And that you actually can not only make mistakes, but will make mistakes. And actually cross somebody to some degree. Let's just be real. Because that's exactly what this was. That's exactly what this was. Daylight is no different than any other 15 people on that car. It makes you more guilty because you put the call in. You reached out to that dude. You reached out to that man. And you took time out of his personal life to give him the opportunity to be on that car, to take away from his family, man. To take away from his family to be ready for this battle. Only for you then to say, it ain't going on no more. Not to replace him with somebody else, but just to say, no, we done. Then try to make him look stupid about it. I think that was real shifty. That was real dirty. You really set that brother up for the fall like that. I think that was dirty, fam. I'm just keeping it real. And you know in your heart as a man that was dirty. You know in your heart as a man that was unfair. You know in your heart as a man that was very deceiving. You know in your heart as a man, fam, that was just bogus and flat out, right, wrong, fam. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. That's a fact. Now, again, you ain't no guiltier than any other man. It just shows that you can't trust nobody, even the one of seniority. Not just what's addressing your priorities. And this is battle truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. Sure.